Greetings everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Cards Everywhere here. Today I am bringing you my weekly league deck for this week. It is a high energy week this week, but we only gain 10 energy per turn. So we want to try and take advantage of that. We have a couple of cards in the deck to do so. So I'll give you a quick rundown and we'll jump into a game to see how it does. First up we have King Midas. On the draw, your opponent's legendary cards in hand cost +2 energy for 3 turns. Next is Japanese Yen. On the draw, your cards in hand cost -2 energy until played. Next up, Heimdall. On the return, if at least 6 cards in your deck are from different albums, your cards, wherever they are, gain 30 power this round. Next is Rapunzel. On the play, if your deck contains a card from every album, your cards in hand gain 30 power this turn. Next is our first mythic, Planet X. On the play, if your deck has 9 or fewer space cards, your space cards, wherever they are, gain 14 power permanently. Also, if your deck contains exactly 4 space cards, give them an additional 14 power until played. Next is Terminator. On the draw, this card gains 40 power permanently, and then on the return, if it's the last turn of a round, this card costs -2 energy permanently. Next up, the Ultra Fusion Hypernova. On the draw, this card gains 100 power this turn. Next is another Ultra Fusion, Heat Death of the Universe. On the draw, your cards, wherever they are, with 7 or more base energy cost -2 energy for 2 turns. And your cards, wherever they are, with 4 or less base energy cost +2 energy for 2 turns. Next up is another mythic, El Dorado. On the play, gain 4 energy for 3 turns. Next is Iron Maiden. At the start of a turn, an opponent's random card in hand loses -25 power this round, and a random card in your hand gains 15 power this round. And then on the return, for every round completed this game, gain 1 energy permanently. So ideally we want to hold on to this card till about round 3 or 4. Next up, Shinigami. On the play, if it's the 13th turn of the game or before, a random opponent's card in play loses 500 power this turn. And if it's the 14th or 15th turn of the game, this card loses 500 power itself. Next is Dark Web. On the play, for each card in your opponent's deck with base power of 60 or more, up to a maximum of 5, your cards, wherever they are, with 60 or more base power, gain 3 power permanently. Next is Identity Theft. On the play, for every legendary card in your opponent's deck, up to a maximum of 10, your cards in hand gain 4 power until played. Next is another mythic, Atlantis. On the return, this card costs -6 energy and gains 50 power until played. Next up, General Sherman. On the play, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, with 50 or more base energy, lose 30 power this round. I think this card will be very, very useful this week. Next is Arthur Pelura. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose 30 power this turn and the next turn. Second to last, Jet Car. On the play, your cards adjacent to this gain 80 power this turn, and then on the return, you lose 40 power for 3 turns. And last up, we have Calypso. On the draw, an opponent's random card in hand locks this turn. And then also on the return, an opponent's random card in hand locks next turn. Can be quite annoying for the opponent and might get us the win. So guys, that is the deck. Let's take it into a game and see how it does. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the deck and if there's any improvements you have or suggestions. I'm sure there's quite a few things I can do to this deck to make it a bit stronger. So for now, I'll just play a few games and see what I can do, and I might make some changes as I see fit. I have already played one game with this deck. I got a solid win, so hopefully we can do the same here. So how's everybody getting on? I found last week's league to be quite a struggle. I just barely made it into rank 1. There was a lot of birds running around. I don't think I'll have the same problem this week. So, fingers crossed. So, we have our first game here. We got Iron Maiden in the first turn. So, let's see what we can do here. I think we'll play the Atlantis, the Shinigami, and the Calypso. For 204, not a strong turn. It does look like we're up against a bot, so it should be an easy win. But we'll see. We never know. The bots sometimes have very strong decks. But I'm not too worried this game, considering I am already 157 ahead on the first turn. So there's our King Midas, increasing the cost of a lot of the cards in the opponent's hand. I think it'll be a useful card this week. It will show its worth later in the game when the opponent has very little energy to work with and we have enough to keep us going. So there we go, a stronger hand from the opponent. But thanks to our early lead, it shouldn't be a problem. We have our Iron Maiden working away in the background there. And we got lucky and drew our Terminator right when we needed it. So we will get that out. We'll get the Japanese yen back around. And the Heat Death of the Universe for a 323 turn. More than enough to take out the opponent this turn. We are playing against the Unruly Rulers. They do get a lot stronger as the game goes on. So hopefully we can overpower it in the first 3 rounds and not have to worry about the late game. So there's our Eldorado. I think we'll get that around for the energy. As you can see, we're already on 54. Nearly half of our energy gone. So I think I will actually hold back the Planet X and play the Heimdall for the boost this round. Now we are on the losing end already, but we have Heimdall working for us. And the Iron Maiden is ticking away there. So I think we'll be just fine this round. So that's plus 30 power to all of our cards for this whole round. There is General Sherman as well, so minus 30 power for the opponent's cards this round. A lot of people will be playing very high cost cards, so we should get the full worth of this card. Still a very strong turn from the opponent. We are losing at the moment, but we have Jet Car there in the pocket, so we will use it if needed. We will have to see what we draw. Hopefully some strong cards. There's our Shinigami and the Identity Theft. So I think we will go for full power turn. That's a 403 plus Jet Car and Identity Theft. Let's see if we can do it. So a 671 turn. It is enough to get over the opponent, with 78 to spare. Now we are on the back foot now with minus 40 for the whole round next round. So we might lose this round, but that's okay. There's our King Midas. So we'll increase the energy of some of the opponent's cards. And I think we will sacrifice this round. Just play some of our weaker cards and see how we do. Looks like the opponent doesn't have the strongest cards either. So maybe we have a chance to win this. We are 83 ahead and we have locked down another card for the opponent. And we have our Rapunzel there. So I think I will actually try and go for the win now. We have Terminator, we have Rapunzel, and we have Arthur Pelura to weaken some of the opponent's cards. It doesn't hit a lot, but it might still be enough. I think we are just still barely in the lead. Let's see if we can maintain it. Only 8 points in the difference. Going into the last turn here. Let's see what we can do. So we have Hypernova, Heat Death, and Japanese Yen for 344. I don't think that'll be enough, but we will. I think we'll hold back and just go for some energy. Yeah, we will play our weaker cards for 321. As I suspected, the opponent had a much stronger hand, so it was wise to hold back and build up our energy, as we are running quite low here. I think I'll play the Iron Maiden in the next round. We shall also have our Heimdall and General Sherman this round. Let's see. There are both of them. So I think I'll get both of them out. And get the Iron Maiden as well for a bit of an energy boost. So that's 252. The opponent has a much stronger hand than us. But we have Sherman and Heimdall working for us, so we might be able to claw it back. Let's see what we can do, folks. So we have plus 30 energy to all of our cards and minus 30 energy to a lot of our opponent's cards. And there's our Jet car as well. So we will play a strong turn for a 5-2-5. Let's see if this is enough to catch up. Not quite. The opponent's cards are quite strong. The Unruly Ridders are not to be underestimated. So we are 355 behind. Let's just hope the opponent doesn't have much in the next hand and we draw some excellent cards. So there's our King Midas, increasing the cost of a lot of our opponent's cards. So we will see what we can do here. I don't think we can win this one. So I will hold back again and play some of our boosting cards instead. 169. Yes, if we had played the Jet car, we would not have won that turn and we would have been on the back foot the next round. So, we have the opponent at 0 energy and we have 14. So, we are a bit ahead in energy, so we might be able to win in that way. Round 5, Space Arena. And there's our Terminator and Calypso locking down a card on the opponent. So, I think we'll go all out with Terminator, Shinigami, and Identity Theft. Shinigami doing work, and Identity Theft giving a good boost to our cards. So that puts us a good 300 points or more in the lead. Let's see here. 344, very good. There's our Hypernova getting a nice boost. Rapunzel. And we'll play the Arthur Plura to weaken some of the opponent's cards and get another upper hand. So there we have it. We are still in the lead and we beat out the opponent on the turn. We are both at 0 energy, but I have Jet car and there is the Japanese Yen reducing the cost of our cards. Let's see what we can get out. We can get Jet car, we can get Calypso, we can get General Sherman. I think we'll go with that. There we go, a big boost, and General Sherman doesn't hit anything on the field, but that's okay. We got the victory in the end. There we have it, folks. A nice 557 points ahead on the final turn. So that is the deck, guys. I'm sure there are some improvements to be made, and I will update you if I decide to make those changes. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and cards everywhere out.